Great win for us. It's hey coach, how you doing, man? It's I was told before, it's the 500th consecutive sellout that we've had, and what an amazing place to play basketball games. Cameron is one of a kind. I think it showed today. Really proud of the overall effort. I thought everybody on the team stepped up at different moments, and for me, Derek Lively, he's been working his butt off every day with Coach Jefferson, and he keeps getting better. And for him to have 6 offensive rebounds, 10 rebounds overall, 5 block shots, thought we had to change our defenses up. Miami's an explosive team. You never relax when you're playing against them, and to hold them to 66 points, I'm really proud of our defense and the job that we did. Coach Lucas, Jay's been our defensive coordinator. He's been. He actually had the scout from Miami as well. He's been huge for us in what we've done. So happy to answer any questions, but really proud of the effort.
Tyrese's 3 was the last basket you had more than 5 minutes to go. What are some of the elements it takes to win a game like that?
Yeah, just gutting it out, just getting loose balls, finishing plays, because you'd like to say make shots, and we do, and we execute, and I thought we got some good ones. But our defense has been our backbone. I think we're the type of team we have to gut it out and scrap and claw, and we did that. And the last minute, that stop that we got, I think it was 2 or 3 point game, and just to come up with a loose ball, really to me was the difference.
John, you talk about the job Duke did on Wong, especially Jeremy picking his pocket a couple of times late.
Yeah, Mark started on him, and Mark for us has been, just a lockdown defender, whoever he's guarding. And Wong, to me, just had an off night too. We got lucky with some of his misses. But between Mark, Jeremy, Jalen, when they were defending him, at least they were making him earn it for the most part. But he's a great player. Lucky to catch him on an off night. Sure, he'll be back next game a lot better.
Can you describe the lift that Jeremy gave you today? He had the late steal. Of course, he had some good shots throughout the game.
Yeah, Jeremy, just the fact he's been in these games helps. It's one of those things, understanding. Like they ran the last play against us last year, the same play, and Jeremy was in that moment, so he knew. That's a heads-up play. We didn't even, and we talked about it at times, we didn't necessarily in the huddle say they're going to that play. So that's an example. That's a high IQ, really smart play to sit on the slip. He defended him and then got the steal. So that's an example. Besides the scoring, besides all those other things that are obvious that he brings to the table.
John, you mentioned the defense too. You guys go to the zone. That was effective in a couple of different spurts in living Miami. What did you like about what the zone was giving you guys, and how can you continue to use that?
Well, as much as you can try to keep them out of the paint, and like we did that, we gave up 10 threes, which hasn't been typical of our defense. But they're a tough team to control the ball one-on-one. They have literally 4 guys that can create at all times. Omir is a load in the post. And so just being able to switch it up, give different looks. When Ryan's on the floor, it's different than when Derek's on the floor. And trying to play to those strengths is what we'll continue to do and adjust to that.
John, I think it was, I don't know what it wound up at, but I think it was 19 assists on 25 field goals at one point. That the unselfishness that you were talking about yesterday that you wanted to see.
Yeah, I was proud of our offense. I thought we came out really clicking and sharing the ball. And we had 38 points at half, so our offense was good. It was more our defense. And Miami's a team, you can have a high scoring game against them. And in the second half to hold them to 28 points, that's a big deal. That's not an easy thing to do. So proud of the defense, but really our offense, the way we shared it, we didn't really have turnovers just by, being careless with the ball. It was more just learning how to play through contact and play through resistance. Sometimes on drives, they do a good job when you get downhill of just attacking the ball. And we need to be stronger in those areas.
Mark Mitchell guarded Hunter Tyson against Clemson and guarded Isaiah Wong today. How important is his versatility to y'all's defensive attack?
It's huge. Mark, he didn't have his best game today, but he always impacts winning. And it's because he does so many things without the ball. And mainly he defends multiple positions. He's been somebody that's really rebounded for us. He knows how to play, he can pass. And the job he's done on those 2 guys the last 2 games, but also through the whole year, he's been doing it he's taken another step though as of late. So proud of him, and we'll need that more Monday night.
Granderson had 6 assists in 24 minutes. He was the highest in the plus-minus, was +8. What did he mean to your offense today?
Jake is just a calming force. You know, he makes really easy plays. Ball doesn't stick with him. He's the best post passer that we have. He's always a threat. I mean, he shot 40 from 3 today still, but he's a guy you have to guard. He's capable of having a 5-6-3 game, which I believe he's got in him still. But and he battles. He knows how to compete. He's battle tested. He's been in big time environments, and I just thought when he was in there, he made us better today.
Coach Scheyer, one player that certainly had his best performance today was Kyle, in 17 points, and he's playing so well as a freshman. How are you and your support staff just kind of pushed him all season long to play so well?
You know, for Kyle, he's, in the preseason, he was battled adversity, understanding what it takes and how to play through contact and play at a certain speed. And he just, the thing with Kyle, he just competes his butt off, man. He competes, he fights, and you love when you have a guy like that just lays it all out there. I mean, 5 offensive rebounds. I don't ever want to take for granted the 14 rebounds or whatever he does on the boards every game, but he does it. And teams are making their scouting report where he's the #1 guy and learning how to handle that. Still can get better with some things, but the fight, the competitiveness is what I really love.
There was a moment, I think, that he dove on the floor and energized everyone, including you. Can you just talk about that moment and what he did and how it kind of swung the game?
I thought there was a big point in the game, and we had been talking a lot about loose balls and rebounds, and coming off the game at Clemson, thought they beat us to those, and that to me is what our program has been all about. Making those little plays. They're not little plays, but they're thought of as little plays, and the older you get, the more you understand how important getting a rebound, getting a loose ball, diving on the floor, getting one stop, getting back in transition defense, and for Kyle to learn, and then all of a sudden you're either not getting it or you're diving for it, and then you have a chance to get it. So for him to make that play, big moment in the game, and obviously it turned out we may not have won if he didn't make that play.
As a great free throw shooter yourself, what does Kyle bring to the free throw line? Those 4 he made were obviously what won the game.
They were huge, and one, getting there is important. He only had 3 free throws the last game, so to have the 8 free throws, and him, Tyrese, Jeremy, when they're up at the free throw line, I have complete confidence. We've been a really good free throw shooting team. We shoot pressure free throws all the time, and I expect really any of our guys when they go up, I have confidence they can knock them in.
What can you guys take away from this game as you guys go to Blacksburg on Monday to play Virginia Tech?
Well, it's going to be a different game, but just the fight you have to have, and understanding this is great, but this is our first time having this quick of a turnaround where in conference play, just how quickly you have to move on. We're going to enjoy this here for a little bit, or they can enjoy it for a little bit. We're not. We're going to go back and start getting ready. But just that's the biggest thing. Move on and understand the fight you have to have every single game.
Did you come into this game expecting to limit Jeremy with minutes and then maybe pull that off with the way he played?
Yeah, I mean, I did. It probably played him more than I thought we would, but he was in there, he felt fine, and his game shape, that's never really been a thing with him. Like he was making some big plays and just felt, down the stretch we needed him in there. So we'll see how he feels tomorrow, what he can do on Monday. He's not close to being himself fully yet or 100%, but really proud of him and the step that he made. Also for Jalen Blakes to play today. I mean, he broke his nose a couple days ago. He didn't even say one word about, man, I have this or I have that. I feel great, I'm ready, and I thought his 5 minutes, he didn't play as much, but he gave us a big lift when he was in.
Big advantage of bench points. What does that say about the depth of this roster?
I just think we need to continue to embrace that. It's going to be different guys in different games, and maybe all right, we close with the certain lineup this game. It's not the way we started, but it can be very different for the next game, and different guys have to be ready. I think the biggest thing for us is just the way we compete and the way we defend. That has a lot to do with different guys stepping up and having the different lineups.
John, with Derek getting better, Tyrese getting better, Jeremy's back. I know Jalen's still a little banged up. Do you feel like, sort of for the first time almost, you're finally getting a whole team, the whole group that you thought you would have?
Yeah, this was a step. This was a step with knowing that. I thought the way our team responded without Jeremy for 3 games, we learned more. Different guys had to step up in bigger roles, but now with him back and getting guys acquainted with playing with each other again, I think we can just still get so much better. I really do. I think the sky's the limit for us. I want to take it day by day. I don't want to look to March. I don't want to get too far ahead. I want to worry about Virginia Tech and being better for them than we were for today. If we have that mindset, then I think we can have a really good year and continue to build.
All right, Coach, thank you.
All right,
Appreciate it.
thank you all.